1 month ago today was a very special day for Partick Thistle as we beat Falkirk 5-0 to clinch the League One Championship. I'm delighted to be joined today by Thistle's number 9, Brian Graham, and very appropriately we're going to ask you 9 questions about that special night, Brian. So I'm going to start at the start, recovering from a big game on the Tuesday night. So, in a physical sense and in a mental sense, how are you feeling ahead of the game?
To be honest, I think we were just happy to get out of Cove without a defeat, if I'm being truthful. Obviously we went there with a game plan to win the game, but the way it panned out, to get a point on the bus on the way down the road, we knew if we won on the Thursday against Falkirk, then we would win the league.
And the feeling in the dressing room, how was it? Did you see players maybe have nerves that they hadn't had before, or how was the feeling?
No, I think as soon as we were on the bus on the way back down for Aberdeen, I think there was just a know that we were going to do it. I think there was, obviously you get the butterflies you get them for every game. Obviously when you're going out to clinch your title, as you said, that sometimes they're a bit more, but I felt on that night for the warm-up, I could feel the boys had that spring in their step. Didn't matter that we'd played on the Tuesday, we had the energy. The warm-up was really good and we took it right into the game because I think we started really well.
Certainly did, and if the fans were nervous, it certainly didn't show with the players. And as you said, the first half an hour was such a strong start that the first goal was going to be massive, and your strike partner managed to get it. What do you remember about that goal, Penrice to Williamson over to Zach? And
firstly, touching back on the fans about them being nervous, obviously this day and age you get social media and you hear drips and drabs and you could hear them tweeting away the Thistle way, what's going to happen, they were panicking, but there was none of that in the changing room. We knew we were going to do it. We were fully focused on the task ahead, and we'll go back to that first goal, Big Ryan's done well in the wide. Me and Zach are squealing for the ball in the box, and I think it goes past me. I turned round and I was happy to see Zach just nod in the corner, and there was just celebration because that just settled it. If there was any nerves, that definitely settled them, as you've seen, because we scored quite quickly after that.
Absolutely. And just to go on to Zach's movement in the box, and he makes that look easy, but that's striker's instinct, is it? Zach just got something special that enables him to do that? Yeah,
definitely. I think if you got to go to the top strikers in the world, you see a lot of people talk about their movement, how they find the space, but it's no luck that they get there, it's talent. They know when to run, they know when to time their running. Zach did it that night, and he done it a few occasions because he came really good, strong at the end of the season, which was great to see for the young boy.
Right, at this point I can safely say we're going to go beyond 9 questions, so no apologies for that. But I think that if getting the first goal was a great feeling, to get a second so quickly was phenomenal. When the ball drops in the box and you look and you see it going towards Tiff, what are you thinking?
I just seen his smile before he hit the ball. I could see his eyes light up as I was watching him, and he just fully focused and rattled it home, and I think we all jumped on top of him in the corner there. And even it was that early, 2-0, we knew they weren't coming back. We knew our name was in the trophy, so it gave us that extra belief. And I think we played really well that night. The passing, the movement, the tempo of the game, considering we did play on the Tuesday night, and the amount of games that we'd previously played, that we showed a real fitness about us, and that's got to be credit to the boys as well.
Could you believe how well we were playing at that stage? Because it was performance of the season and the biggest game of the season.
No, because I'd seen it in training sometimes. Like when we did well in training, we did it in spells in some games, but we never done it for the full 90 minutes, and that's what maybe doing it for a half at the start, and then it would go for an hour. But that night it all clicked, and we managed to do it for the full 90 minutes and steamrolled a team that were in the league who probably budget wise could possibly been bigger than others, but for a big club, big fan base, and who were 6 points ahead of us getting into the break. So all the pressure was on us to catch them, and to rise from where we were, I think it was an incredible journey.
So 2-0 up, 2-0 half-time lead would have been brilliant, and then this, a moment of magic from yourself. What's your memory of that goal?
I think Banzo and Doc were passing it about over the right hand side, and when I seen it go back to Doc, I come and show and I shout to him, and as soon as he plays me the ball, I've managed to turn, and it just felt as if it's like a Red Sea part, and it all opened up, and I went, you know what, I'm having a go here. And as soon as I hit it, I knew I'd hit it well, but to see it fly into the corner on the night it was, I was just gutted this place wasn't packed, if I'm being honest, because I could hear the guys and women and children in the corner, but if this place was rocking, it would have been some feeling. It was some feeling, but it would have been extra special if it was full.
Where does that rank as a quality of goal and also the meaning of the goal in your career?
No, the meaning. No, I big myself up here, but it's not the first time that I've scored in a big game to clinch a title. I think I've done it with Ross County. I scored a hat-trick that night, so that's kind of up there. But to do it at this club, I grew up in Bromullock, which is 10 minutes from here. It's a local club, and the journey that I've took to get into professional football, it was a Partick Thistle legend in Chick Charnley that got me a trial at Morton. All these funny factors that I think to myself, was it meant to be that I came to Thistle tail end of my career? All these wee things go through your head, but for him to be the legend he is, his name's still about the place. People still talk about Chick Charnley, and for me to have a wee touchy chick and then come back to this place and win the league, it was special.
Yeah. So as if the night couldn't get any better, we come out in the second half and play just as well. Goal 4, want to talk about you and Zach's partnership again, because the manager signed you both. He waited a long time to get you playing together consistently, and that run-in, we really saw it bear fruit.
If I'm being honest, like when we come back pre-season, the two of us were really fit. In training, we looked really good together. Everybody was saying it. And then Zach got injured, and I was like, Jesus. Obviously, I know I'm 33 years of age, I know I'm no spring chicken anymore, but having him beside me, he's got the energy, he's got the pace, and it was a joy to play with him because I knew it worked. And then for him to get that injury, I was gutted because it was his ankle at first, and then I think he's come back for that. He does his knee, and I'm thinking, is there any chance I'm going to play with this kid? Because in training for the 6 weeks before we kicked off, the twos were flying together. But that's football, there's setbacks, and it's credit to the boy how he bounced back, because he was getting a bit of stick, he was under pressure. I've been there myself in football, and it takes a lot to bounce back because it's easy to go the other way, but I think he's got a bright future ahead of him in the game, and I really look forward to seeing how he gets on next season as well.
Goal 5 wasn't too long in coming either. James Penrice very unlucky not to get it, but Joe Cardle popped up just to make sure of it. And I guess one of the most special things about that goal was the celebrations after, when you saw, No, I turned round and I think Snez was jumping, and everyone was like, "What are you doing up here?" But it was great to see. Even the boys that were on the bench, it just showed you a real togetherness. Everybody was in it together, and obviously the boys that were on the bench would have been disappointed. That's just the way football works. But to then come over that disappointment to join in the celebrations and be part as a one, that's how it's got to be, and that's how it's got to be moving forward. And titles are clinched in different ways. Sometimes it's a nervous win, sometimes it's results happen elsewhere, but we had the benefit of enjoying the rest of that game. How did that feel for you? If
I'm being honest with you, I would have took one off somebody's backside and won 1-0. I don't care how it happened, but to go and do it in that fashion, it's just, listen, 3-0 at half time, we knew the game was done, we knew they weren't coming back, we didn't feel as if they were hurting us, we didn't look as if we were going to concede a goal, and we could just go out with that freedom second half and we could pass it a bit more. They were obviously trying, but I think the game was well and truly done.
Yeah. And then the final whistle goes, and celebration time. Different celebrations, obviously, without fans in the stadium. A few passers-by up at the canal.
I think the people in the canal made it. Obviously, you could only get so much at that side of the canal because of the water. But I think when you look further afield in the bushes behind, there were people in the trees and everything. So it was, and then to see the scenes outside the stadium, it was actually great to see. Obviously, COVID and everybody, but to be fair to everybody outside, they came, they had a wee sing-song. As soon as we were asked to leave, they left peacefully, no trouble at all, and that's a credit to the fans as well.
Yeah. And you've celebrated, major cup wins, you've celebrated league wins. How did that one compare to it?
No, it was really special. Like, obviously the fans have not been in the stadium the full season, and then to see them outside when we were all up at the windows, it was a joy to watch, honestly. And took a couple of videos, showed my kids when I got back home. They were still up because they'd watched the game, they were buzzing. So. But I missed that side of it, because everything else I've won, I've had my family on the pitch and had my pictures taken with them. But it's my wee boy's birthday. He's 6, and luckily I'm getting to take the trophy home, and I'm going to get some family pictures, so I'll relish that as well.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'll just end on the fans. You were the last player to score in front of supporters at this ground a long time ago now. You're a player who celebrates every goal that a striker should, but you really revel with having supporters in the stadium. Fingers crossed that happens in July and August. Good news this week that season tickets are off to a cracking start. So I guess just how much are you looking forward to playing in front of the Partick Thistle supporters again?
Yeah, that goal against Dunfermline in the 93rd or 4th minute that night, I can't believe that was the last time I actually played in front of supporters. It's such a long time ago. But if we can get the season books, I don't know how, it just depends how finances are, but if people can afford it, I would urge them to do so. Get this place rocking, and let's get this club back and further up this league, and who knows what could happen. We could go on another run. We've got to have the aspirations in the dressing room, but I think we have that. Why can we not go and win the league again? Why not?